Yo, well, what's goody, man? Y'all do your boy solid. Y'all hit that thumbs up. For your boy. We about to make it do what it do, man. I'm about to give y'all my thoughts and my, I about to say predictions. I'm so used to doing predictions, right? About to give y'all my thoughts. We about to review this Devin Haney fight and Brian Norman fight, right? Because one thing we not going to do is we not going to spread false narrative around here, right? So we going to move. So we go look at this thing, together. I can give y'all my thoughts on the fight. There's a lot of upset people out here, right? A lot of people was expecting or were hoping OTB was good. Well, my goatee, man, was good, my boy. Today, man, we go just review this Haney and Norman fight a little bit, man. Talk about it. Everybody, had they say so. Everybody got out yesterday, so I waited for all the bullshit to pass by. You know what I mean? Before I gave my thoughts and my opinion. My overall thought, right, before we get into the film and whatnot, overall, because we go watch the fight together, right? People will try to paint their own narrative, right? So we go watch the fight together as we talk about it, right? Round by round. You know what I mean? Round by round, we go dissect this and we're going to break this down, right? We're going to make it our own, right? We're going to make our own. We're going to view from our own lenses and make our own. You know what I mean? Review, because people, we all know what happened, right? Devin Haney won the fight, right? But when it comes to Haney, right, it's either people want to see him get knocked out or beat the fuck up really bad, or if he wins, they just call it boring. It's boring if he there and they just say sound check. My sound is a little scratchy. I might have to go get that other junk. But if he go out there, right, let's just say he go out there and he get touched up a little bit, right, they gonna say, well, look, I told you Devin can't get out the way of those hooks, right? Or let's say he go out there, right, and he's not as aggressive. They gonna say, see, look, I told you Devin fights boring. But I've seen Devin give you a fight. I've seen Devin give people fights where he go out there and he fight all day long, like George Kambosos, and then they'll say, well, George Kambosos sucked, right? But I seen Devin go out there, stand in the pocket with somebody and fight, and I seen people rip his defense, right? I seen people rip his defense when he's sitting in the pocket, he fight. I seen him rip. Right? He took a shot for Halen Norris. Judah was good. Judah was good. So it's either, my bad, y'all. Let me try this real quick. So it's either they're ripping. It's either they're ripping his fight style, or they're ripping the fight result, right? Yeah, okay, my sound terrible. Hold on, okay. I'm gonna go get that other phone. I'm about to go get that other phone, so I'm gonna just do the two boxes. I'm gonna have to do the two boxes. Yes, bro. My sound is mighty disgusting right now. I hear it. It's mighty disgusting. But it's either they're ripping either they're ripping the outcome, there to that. What I'm saying is some people. I know, bro. This is making me mad, bro. Like it ain't never went this bad. It ain't never been you know what I mean, this bad, right? But when it comes to Dev, I'm about to get the other one up here for y'all. But when it comes to Dev, man, they wanted to see Dev get knocked out, but he put on the Masterclass Boxing Show, right? Right. It's gonna be 2 or 3 things. Either he was boring or they're going to say that he got hit too much, right? Because I seen him again, like I seen him against guys like JoJo Diaz, right? They said, oh, well, he got caught with that shot. You know, he got caught with that hood. I seen something with that hood. He can get caught with a hood out. And he actually the one that landed a knockdown. Now you got to flip it. Now people got to flip the narrative on him. Right. Now you got to flip the narrative on him as if, you know, well, he didn't perform well. What didn't he do well in that fight? Right. Man, Devin got caught with a flush jab early in the first round too, OTB. Right. Like what really did he do wrong in that fight outside of, you know, not getting knocked out like some of y'all wanted him to? Right. Sound check. So I think my sound right, but it won't let me do the video. That's crazy, right? But Dev didn't do, you know, anything wrong in that fight because against JoJo, against Cambodia, right? Y'all said he got hit too much. Before that, before Cambodia, before JoJo, right? Well, your defense is you say, well, the fight wasn't entertaining. He didn't fight good. Judas said niggas call for dead move 154, not because they want to see it, because they want to see him lose, but because they don't want to see him 2-time undisputed. Yep, that's what it is. Inside. Yep. Yeah, I know, K. I'm about to switch it, K. I'm about to switch it for y'all, K. I'm about to switch that jump for y'all, okay? I'm about to switch the sound for y'all, okay, man. I don't know what's going on. Switch the sound for y'all, okay, man. Yeah, man, I'm about to go on the other one. We're gonna have the sound on one, the visual on the other. That's how we go. Give me a second. We about to get it right. Y'all bear with you, but appreciate y'all. So y'all hit that thumbs up, man. How many likes you got? Situated. Let me get my shit situated, okay? Let me get my shit situated, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through with your boy, making it do what it do in the stew. Appreciate that. We finna make it rule what it rule. Appreciate that. We about to make it rule what it rule. All right, let me get this sound right for y'all. See if this work better, y'all. Let's see if this works better. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. Let me do this. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me a little better? Yo, yo, yo. Y'all let me know. So I'm finna start talking. Y'all tell me if I start chopping. I'm finna start talking. Y'all let me know if I start chopping. All right, so let's sit back, man. Kick your feet up. Sit back, kick your feet up. Let's watch it for ourselves though. But y'all know it's like the narrative is constantly getting flipped with Devin Haney, bro, no matter what he do. Right? He fought a big puncher. He took some punches, right? He his chin get tested. His chin didn't get tested. He didn't get dropped by a big puncher. So basically what you're saying is his defense is elite. That's basically what you're saying, right? Well, let's check it out, man. We go. Let me get out y'all. We go watch this thing live until they snip me, until they cut me out. Right, until they snip me, until they cut me off, right? But so what we're doing right now, y'all, we're looking for, people gonna say, we're looking for the running that they talking about, right? So I'm gonna identify what most people identify as running, or what Devin Haners identify as running, or they say Devin could have did better, right? So I want y'all to tell me in the spots where Devin could have did better by neutralizing the big puncher who they picked to knock him out. You pick the big puncher, to knock him out. But when the big puncher don't knock him out, then is he could have did better. He don't, DP. Devin is about to be undisputed at 147. He don't need to go to 54, DP. He don't need to go to 54. Ryan Garcia is sitting right there, right? We go get that get back. If Ryan come in here and he do his job the right way, we go get that get back, right? You know what I mean? If Ryan come in and do what he supposed to, we go get that Ryan get back. Even if he don't, Barrios can't mess with Devin. You got Lewis Crocker sitting up there. Lewis Crocker got beat up the fight before that, so I already seen him get beat up. Lewis Crocker won his last fight. He had to outbox a guy. Lewis Crocker is a brawler. He got outbrawled in the first fight. He came back and had to outbox the guy. You're not about to outbox Devin Haney. And Lewis Crocker not athletic enough, not defensively sound enough to outbrawl Devin Haney. We've seen neither. Haney's still undefeated, right? We ain't seen nobody be able to crack that. We ain't we ain't seen nobody be able to crack that Devin Haney puzzle. You know what I mean? We haven't seen the soul be able to crack that Devin Haney puzzle just yet. Is it not people just want him to fight at 54 so he can face Boots? But hell no, stay at 47, get out of them straps. It's the only thing that makes sense. He said, when you get the 10, check out my video. I can't wait for Devin to be Brad Norman. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. But it wasn't even that for me, though, Judah, right? Because I like Brad Norman. I really do, right? I had a I had a big part and helping Brian Norman, getting his name out there. Tay Jones, number one, right? Brought Brian Norman to the forefront. And then myself, you know what I mean? By letting people know that Brian Norman was the real deal. Because y'all really think about it, let's really talk about it, right? Two people brought Brian Norman to the scene. Tay Jones and Southern T. The first time you start hearing about Brian Norman, the first times you start hearing about Brian Norman, bro, it was Tay Jones and it was Southern T. Right? I'm the one that told you. I'm the one that told you Brian Norman gave Bud some good work. They done it by like 5,000 views. You know what I mean? I'm the one that told you Brian Norman gave Bud good work. You know what I mean? Tay told you who he was. I leaked that he hurt Bud in sparring twice. I go ahead and say it now. I say it now. He hurt Bud twice. He hurt him twice. They had to stop it. They had to pause sparring. You know what I mean? And it really happened. That really happened. But sparring, in the actual fight is different. When Bud is sparring, he don't spar like he fight. Bud really spar to bang. Bud spar to see what people got. Bud spar you to see what you got. Yes, that really happened. I told you that. So understand, bro. I was never the one that's out here like, Devin just go watch Brian Norman, right? Because I felt weird about this fight. It was a weird Brian Norman, the king of the South, bro. I'm from the South. You know what I mean? Right? He the king of the South for sure. That's why I got my boy sitting up there still. He's still like, and before we even get into the fight, bro, what I don't want people to do is, bro, don't turn your back on Brian Norman, bro. Don't turn your back on Brian Norman. Devin Haney is one of the elite boxers today. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. A lot of people ain't gonna give nobody credit these days just because a lot of people be stuck in their ways. They can't get with the times, right? That's how people get left behind. You can't get with the times. You got to be able to get with the times. You know what I'm saying? Evolution don't go backwards, right? Evolution. But can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me still? Evolution don't go backwards. Evolution moves forward, right? When I was in the seventh grade, my daughter in the seventh grade, a way better basketball player than I was in the seventh grade. You know what I mean? Type it, right? Evolution don't go. My daughter, when I was in the seventh grade, I was coming off the bench on the team, right? Now, true enough, I was playing football too, right? But hold on. Can y'all hear me? Sound check, sound check. Okay, bet. I don't know what's going on wrong. My side, is blank. But anyway, I digress. But times are moving forward, bro. Times don't move back. That's all I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? But Brian Norman is a good fighter. Like that dude came a long way. He didn't have the amateur background. Now that dude is a good fighter, bro. He just got in the ring with Devin, bro. Devin is an elite of today. Now, some people just ain't gonna give nobody today no credit. Like some people feel like nobody today is good. They just feel like everybody back then was great and nobody today is good, which is completely false. I put Cool Boy, I put Devin Haney, I put Errol Spence, I put Bud Crawford, I put Canelo Alvarez, I put Alexander Usyk, I put Prime Deontay Wilder, I put Bam, I put Lil Bam Rodriguez, I put David Benavidez, bro. I put some of them dudes up against any fight in history you want to argue. We can argue anything you want to argue. Let's argue David Benavidez, Tommy Hearns. Shout out Detroit. Tommy Hearns, born in Memphis, Tennessee, raised in Detroit. A lot of people don't know that. Shout out Tommy Hearns. I put David Benavidez in there with a lot of people. Oh, he too big for. Okay, David Benavidez versus James Toney. Let's get it. We can go there. Bro, this generation, bro, we got some fighters. Certain people aren't going to give nobody credit these days. Jerome Booth Ennis, yeah, I put him in there with just about anybody you want to go find. You know what I mean, bro? Devin, so far, his career up into now, sound check. Yeah, yeah. his career, Devin Haney's career up until now, you know what I mean? Man, you can't. And you can try to rip apart. You can rip apart everybody's resume. Well, this guy not good to me. This guy not good to me. Right? Your opinion. You can rip apart anybody's resume. But what did that dude actually do? Right? Oh, that dude was a champion. Oh, that dude beat this dude who was also a champion. This dude's actually a multiple time champion. And that dude beat that dude who's a multiple time champion. Right? But he's not good to you in your opinion. Well, that's your opinion, bro. But what he actually did in his career says that he was one of the better fighters or one of the top fighters of his time at that time. Floyd Mayweather, uh, Floyd Mayweather was real good. Floyd Mayweather was real good with fighting people when they were at their best. They were at the peak of their ability. They were at their hottest. They were had their biggest name. Floyd Mayweather was great at doing that, right? Devin Haney does that too. You know what I mean? Devin Haney does that too. Devin Haney did it with Cambosis. He did it with uh he did it with uh what's the boy name? He did it with Cambosis. He did it with Brian Norman just now, right? He did it with Jojo Diaz, right? Uh he's good at Floyd is great at it. But Devin Haney, I see him kind of picking up that, well, if this the hot guy right now, I'm gonna beat the hot guy because that's how you keep your name buzzing. Whoever hot, because people are hot. Some people are only hot like that. And if you want to be one of the greats, you being the hot people and champions, right? Champion Brian Norman, champion George Cambosis, right? BTO, right? Champion. He's beating them at their best, at their prime, at their hottest times, right? And he making it look easy. I ain't saying he Floyd Mayweather, right? But what I'm saying is, at what 25 years old, 26 years old, one time undisputed. Floyd never had undisputed, right? But Devin Haney has beat a lot of champions too. You know what I mean? If Devin Haney get another undisputed, right, he only have to catch Bud. Bud got two undisputed. Bud going for three. Devin Haney is trying to get Devin Haney is trying to get two undisputed. There's only been one guy to get two undisputed. Devin Haney is trying to do that shit before he's 30 years old. The one guy to get two undisputed is 36. Devin Haney is going to trying to do that shit before he's 28. You know what I mean? He probably gonna do this shit before he's 30 years old. The boxing world right now, they can't create another Floyd Mayweather, right? And you can have, I'm not saying David Haney is as skilled as Floyd Mayweather, but we don't know how skilled David Haney is going to be at 30 years old. Look what he's doing now, right? The evolution of his game. That people be using that Ryan Garcia shit as, to make fun of Devin Haney, but that might have gave Devin Haney everything that he fucking needed. That might have put him in the mindset that he needed. People trying to use it as a negative. I clearly don't think it's a negative. Look at how he fought Jose Ramirez. Look at how he fought Brian Norman Jr. You know what I mean? I don't think it was a negative. With Jose Ramirez, people want to nitpick that. Bro, he was trying to get to Ryan Garcia. Y'all mad at Devin Haney for securing the bag. Ryan Garcia couldn't secure the bag. Y'all mad at Devin Haney for securing the bag. He fought Jose Ramirez so he wouldn't lose. He fought him. Check. My bad. He fought Ramirez to not lose so he could fight Ryan Garcia, who cheated him. And y'all mad at him for that. Man, that dude is mentally ready. His mind was in the right place against Jose Ramirez. Y'all can't trick me to think that, oh, he was scared. He was scared. That's why he fought Jose. Y'all, bro, I know what I'm looking at. You can't piss on me. You can't piss on me and tell me it's orange juice. Right? You can't piss on me and tell me it's orange juice. Because I know what piss is. He protected the bag against Jose Ramirez. He fought Jose Ramirez. I'm not finna let you touch me. I'm finna beat you, and I'm finna get to Ryan. Ryan fucked that bag up. He been trying to rematch Ryan. He wants to rematch Ryan Garcia right after. Now they about to let Ryan fight Barrios, and I hope Ryan beat Barrios because that sets up the perfect stage for Devin Haney to go in there and whoop Ryan Garcia ass for a strap. You know what I mean? It sets up beautifully, man, for this man to win undisputed. We go get into this fight, right? Because I don't want y'all to. I don't want people to just throw Brian Norman out the window. Now all I'm hearing now is You know, he ain't this, he ain't that, bro. He fought Devin Haney, bro. Let's just be real. Your opinion aside, bro, Devin Haney is one of the top 5 boxers today. That's resume, how you want to look at it. Skill, you can say he ain't a 10 at nothing. Now, he might not be a 10 at nothing, but he's a motherfucking 8.5 at most shit. And he's a 10 at defense. Fuck is you talking about? He has a 10 defense, right? And everything else is a fucking 8. 7, everything else is an 8.5. His power is a motherfucking 7. You get what I'm saying? Talk your ass off, bro. Talk your ass off. You don't need all the power in the world, bro. That's not. Oh, Devin Haney, boy, I want him to go in there, get more aggressive, go stop these dudes. Now you asking Devin Haney to go stop people. You know who you sound like? You sound like niggas who's telling Floyd Mayweather to go stop people because he was beating them up too easy. But if you can hit him like that, you could knock him out. If you could hit him that much, yeah, it's easy for you to say sitting at home on your couch. You ain't in here with this motherfucking country strong nigga from motherfucking Decatur, Georgia. Nigga, you ever been to Decatur? You ever been to Nigga, you ever been to the Decatur? Don't let them fool you with the purses and shit. Them niggas will pull up out that purse on your motherfucking ass. Them niggas will put that purse down and get on your motherfucking ass. Don't let them folks fool you with all, you know, the little purse jokes and shit about landing and all that shit, bro. You ever been to Decatur? You you ever been to East Atlanta? Stop playing, bro. You getting there with that big country strong motherfucker, and you tell me how active you go be. You tell me how active you go be in there with that big country strong motherfucker. You know what I mean, bro? So nah, that ain't Devin Game. Bingo, okay? That ain't Devin Game. What's good, insane? What's good, most hated? Shout out to my guy, most hated. He said, D man, he said, Lion might get it. What's good? Now, Lion, go get his ass. Well, I appreciate y'all folks sliding through, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy, right? Now you want to ask Devin Haney to go in there and stop fucking Brian Norman, who never been stopped. You want him to go in there and stop this knockout puncher who never been stopped. Hey, question, real question. How many people Brian Norman knocked out before he just fought Devin Haney? And you I know what you wanted. I know what y'all wanted. I know what you wanted. And it wasn't for him to, hey man, I know what you want. Gone. I know what you wanted. And it wasn't for him to stop Brian Norman. You wanted him to get stopped, bro. That's what you wanted. That's what y'all wanted. That's what it is. He could have did. He could have stopped. No, the fuck he couldn't have. No, the fuck he couldn't have. He hurt him, right? He would have jumped in there on Brian Norman ass. Brian Norman got landed one. We seen that already. Everybody know that. Y'all ain't that man's smart. Devin's smarter than that. I don't know him got the Landis one. You remember they was going back and forth, and Brian Norman said, I'm gonna show you. I got bricks in these hands. Devin was talking shit. Devin was like, no, 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 no. I do believe that. I do believe that. Right? Devin was like, nah, that I believe. That I believe. That I believe. Y'all remember that part? String yard. String yard. And let me look. Can y'all hear me? Sound check. Sound check. Let me sound check. Sound check. That want let me be great. Yo, 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 yo. I bet. But yeah, 22. He's I'm trying to come. Hey, there you go. Insane. How many insane? 22 people, bro. 22 people, bro. And y'all want Devin to go in there and knock him out of a sudden. Y'all want him to go in there and not how many people Jose Ramirez knocked out, bro? I saw Jose Ramirez fight in person before. Heard the punches, saw the punches, saw my boy Malik Hooker head go to the 4th row down there in Texas, Arlington, Texas. I saw that with my own eyes. I saw him, and y'all want Devin Haney to go in there, go in there and just go in there and be aggressive with Jose. Now, bro, y'all want him to go in there and get his ass knocked out. That's what y'all want him to do. That's what y'all want him to do. That man is not a knockout puncher, right? Never been, never has been a knockout puncher. It's not his game. But this what people do, bro. Again, when Devin go in there, he box a person head off. They say, well, the fight could have been better. Never fails. That's kind of the boring. That's the same shit as boring. They just saying it a different way, right? It was boring, right? I wasn't entertained. I wasn't entertained. It sound like Floyd Mayweather. I will Floyd boring, Floyd run, Floyd got pillow hands, and people like just listen to what you're saying. Listen to everything you're saying and tell me that's not the exact same shit that they said about Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, Money, Roger, Junior. Fuck is you talking about? I'm gonna put all the fucking Floyds in there. What's the other Mayweather name? The other uncle. Shit. Tell me that's not fucking the same shit they said about Floyd Mayweather, bro. Literally, and it's not me even saying that he's Floyd, but I keep making Floyd comparisons because y'all sound like my from y'all mouths to my ear, it sound like the same shit that Floyd said. Exactly, bro. It was an entertaining fight, 1 through 12. He's I've been a Stone Mountain watching the night. He's just tripping on his. You fucked up. You know what I mean, bro? Like, come on, bro. Y'all truly can't be expecting him to knock these people out, right? Brian Norman has never been knocked out. Jose Ramirez has never been knocked out. What makes you think Devin Haney, the boxer, is going to go in here and knock them folks out, right? But my thing is, bro, don't turn your back on Brian Norman, bro. That dude's still young too. Somebody tell me how old Brian Norman is right now. Brian Norman's still young. Brian Norman is as young as Devin Haney. Newsflash. Brian Norman is as young as Devin Haney and not as much experience at the higher level as Devin Haney. That was his first time at that level with Devin Haney. I don't think that he was necessarily scared of the lights. I just think that Devin Haney was a lot better than Brian Norman thought, bro. Right? I think Devin Haney was a lot better than Brian Norman thought. And that's their mistake, right? That's his mistake, right? Bingo. That's their mistake. That's his mistake, right? And they go learn from that. But you never underestimate anybody. You know what I mean? I really think Brian Norman, a lot of people do that, right? To Devin. But guess who didn't underestimate Devin? Guess who fought Devin 3 times already? Got another trivia question for y'all, right? Brian Norman is extremely young. Is a point that I'm getting at y'all, right? Don't turn your back on Brian Norman, bro. Rock with Brian, bro. Brian go be back. He's gonna be back, right? He will be back. You know what I mean, bro? They underestimated Devin, bro. You never underestimate anyone. They thought because Devin couldn't knock them out, right? Devin would be sweet. Devin would be easy. Man, Devin is highly skilled, bro. That's a highly skilled individual. Why you think a lot of these dudes wouldn't fight Devin Haney, and now people trying to use it against Devin? Like Devin don't got the best resume, right? But now they saying because Devin didn't fight these people that he ain't fought nobody, right? Because he ain't fought who Tank. Just say it, bro. Just say it. That's what I really want to say. He ain't fight. Tank ain't fought nobody. The fuck is you talking about? But you can't say that because that's what we gonna say when you say it. That's why you out there always rip apart Devin resume. Well, he not good. He not good. He not good. He not good. But they champions in their weight class, not a lower division, bringing them up. Y'all be talking about Devin be fighting people weight drain, right? Bringing them up, but then everybody Tank beat came from a lower weight class. And then you want to talk about weight drain, and Tank was about to fight fucking Jake Paul. Well, Jake Paul, no, I don't give a fuck about that, bro. People just, man, Tank, man, y'all be killing me. Tank fans be killing me, bro. Y'all really do be killing me, dog. Like for real, most people, I guarantee you this. Anybody who's saying that no boxer has done shit, I guarantee you he's a Tank fan. But do you know why Tank fans stand on that? They feel like nobody else can do good. They feel like nobody else performs unless they from their city or something like that, or near, or they know them. You know what I mean? Type deal. That's because Tank really hadn't done shit. It's starting to register to them. Oh, they see Shakur getting these 2 divisions. They see Ryan about to be probably welterweight champ. He's about to get another title shot, right? They wanted Ryan to be Devin, right? But they see Ryan about to get another shot. They see Devin probably about to get 2 time undisputed. Saw what he just did to him. They see Abdullah Mason come. They slowly realizing, but Tank really ain't good. Tank got given Devin's title after Devin let it go, right? after they didn't fight, right? So they used Devin ain't fought nobody when your guy literally got the belt that Devin let go, right? He said, I got Mario Barrios beat Ryan Garcia. I want Ryan to win, uh, Cali. You know why though? Because I want Devin and Ryan to fight again. Because that's the good thing that they holding on to right now. That's the thing that everybody can hold on to. Where Ryan Garcia still did what he did. He still did what he did. He still did what he did. Man, Ryan need to be fighting Devin Haney, bro. They trying to keep that man away from Devin, bro. Ryan need to be fighting Devin Haney, bro. I want that get back. I want that get back because after he go beat him, that's gonna shut down everything. You know what I mean? That's gonna shut down everything, right? You know what I mean? But I digress, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's get into it, right? So he said we need Ryan to win so we can see that. Yeah, facts, right? So I'm okay, right? So I guess people don't understand, like in most boxing matches, right? And y'all know why who that was, Hearn and Hagler. Y'all know why Hearn and Hagler, you remember Hearn and Hagler had that crazy ass first round where they came out there and they just start swinging crazy as hell. Y'all know why that's so famous? Because in the first round, in fucking 95% of boxing matches, most times nothing really happens. Now you get your first round knockouts when you just got complete mismatches sometimes, right? But a lot of times in these fights in the first round, a lot of times don't nothing happen. It's a feel out round to try to see what the other person got, where they at, where they speed at, right? That win, you get to feel that win, see how strong they is. See what you mean, you feel that win, see how strong. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you just don't know what I'm talking about, right? But you get to feel that win, see where they at, how quick they is, right? See what punches they like to throw, right? You get to feint at them a little bit, see which way they like to move. If you feint at them, they move to the left. You feint at them, they move to the left twice, right? All right. You throw a feint, boom, they move. So they like so when he his defensive uh twitch, right, is to move to the left, right? So now I know he like to move to the left, uh, right? Can he throw his left hand? Can he throw his right hand? Right? How that wind feel, right? Let me walk in a little bit, maybe take a little body. You don't want to do that with a nigga like Brian Norman, right? Because Shakur do it though. He walk in on maybe take clinch up, take a little body shot, something like that. See, right? But even Shakur don't start doing it the fucking third, fourth round, right? But in the first round, a lot of times, not much is happening in the first round, right? So I know when I hear somebody say, hey, bro, David Haney boring, bro, he ain't do nothing. All right, bro, this whole fight, it was action. And he said, Oscar isn't letting Ryan in the ring with Devin T. He's all the haters wanted to see Dev get knocked out. Yeah, true, right? So in the first round, I'm expecting a feel out round of every fight. But let's watch this first round. I want to show you something because Brian Norman actually did get to Devin Haney in the first round. Like people really don't know what the hell they be looking at. But Brian Norman hit Devin Haney with a couple jabs in this first round, right? Knocked Devin Haney head back, right? So the notion, this notion that it was boring and Devin, Brian just didn't do nothing, right? It's crazy. Brian hit Devin. Devin took some shots. He took some shots from him. Now he didn't take a lot of, he didn't take a lot of them, right? And he caught some, but some, were clean in Norman land. But I was impressed with it. That was an impressive performance to me, especially being that it's Brian Norman. In hindsight, we all can sound like Nostradamus and say, well, Brian's not that good. Yes, Brian is good. He's the same guy that had those fucking 20 knockouts in a row, 10 knockouts in a row. All right. Uh, how many knockouts Brian got in a row? It's a crazy number, right? He's the same guy he was before that fight started that everybody was hyping up and gas. And I'm not gonna even say hyping because that sounds like that I'm saying he's not good, but he's the same guy, that people was betting on Devin against, bro. Those odds were even in Vegas, meaning that the world thought that fight was even right before it started. Devin was the underdog for most of the time that fight was out. That fight didn't go even until like a day before the fight, like 2 days before the fight. dog, and Devin was the underdog in that fight, bro. So somebody somewhere, a lot of people believe in Brian Norman. You know what I mean? I want y'all to have that same belief. Or did y'all believe in Brian Norman, or did y'all just not like Devin Haney, which is the question that I was posing. And I hated all the fake love that I saw Brian Norman get. I really did. I hated all that fake ass love because I knew it was fake. I knew it was because y'all really want to see Devin Haney fail, right? That's why I hated it that them guys had to fight one another any fucking way, because they basically put the two best guys at 147, right, together and made them try to knock each other off. Whoever won that fight was gonna beat everybody at 147, whether he was Devin or whether he was Ryan. And I still believe it. Now people saying this guy, no, bro, them guys gonna get fucked up, right? Devin beat Brian Norman with defense. Devin beat Brian Norman being the better boxer. Who else has defense like Devin? And who else boxes as good as Devin in the combination in that division? Not nobody. Mario Barrios can box. His defense is ass. Ryan has good offense. His defense is ass. Right? I've seen Mario Barrios get punched on so many times by so many fighters. Every fight that Barrios fight is a shootout. Right? And if y'all saying y'all think Barrios can knock out Brian Norman, who has Barrios knocked out? Right? Who has Barrios knocked out? Tell me somebody Barrios knocked out. Tell me one person Barrios knocked out. If you think he go go in there and knock out Brian, tell me he go outbox Brian Norman. Is that what you saying? Barrios go outbox. He's not Devin Haney, bro. He's not going to go like you think. He's not going like that. He's not going like that. You know what I mean? Ugas. There you go. There you go. He stopped Ugas after Errol Spence. Did he stop Ugas? He stopped Ugas. He's not saying Devin put in there ones, two. Did he stop Ugas? He stopped Ugas, right? After Errol Spence, though. He was off for like a year, 2 years, and then he came back. And yeah. Right. So okay, we'll give you, I guess we'll give you Ugas, right? We'll give you old ass, beat up ass Ugas, right? That's about it, bro. That's about it. Errol stopped Ugas, you know, Algeria, right? Stopped a few motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They gave you Manny Pacquiao, which was supposed to be Errol fight also. They gave you Pacquiao, and you couldn't even get him after, and you couldn't even get him out of there. You couldn't even get Pacquiao out, man. You got Pacquiao about to fight for a title, bro. And they gave you a draw. I think you lost. They gave you a draw. I think you lost. But anyway, I digress, bro. Barrios ain't finna stop no fucking Brian Norman Jr. is the point. Stopping Ugas don't equate. Stopping the old Ugas don't equate to stopping Brian Norman Jr. Because if that was the Ugas before he fought Errol Spence Jr., or let's say that was the Ugas that fought motherfucking Sean Porter, right? Right? Barrios fucking loses. Barrios fucking loses. But Barrios ain't that. That man's not beating no Brian Norman. I hope one of them fight Brian Norman. Now all of a sudden, Ryan and Barrios, both the Ducks, them folks trying their best not to put them guys in the ring with them hands, right? But I digress. What's good, DS? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, DS, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. But let's go and get into it, though. Round one. So what I see, right? Like I talked about a little earlier, right? Round one, most most guys are just throwing feints, right? Throwing feints, trying to see what you do, trying to see which way you move, trying to see which way you move, how quick you is, how fast you is, right? So Brian Norman came right out. He threw a couple jabs and Devin got right on his defense, right? Got right on the defense. Brian Norman threw a couple jabs, right? Not hitting, right? Just flicking them out there, seeing where Devin at, how quick he is, right? Not really committing to nothing. Now, is this the running that they talking about? What Devin is doing right now? This running, Brian Norman, just flicking out jabs, not doing too much. Nobody is committing to anything, right? Nobody's committing to anything. Okay, Brian Norman swing, Devin Haney engages. He engaged. So Brian Norman threw a hook. Devin ducked under, which is good defense. He engages, ref separates. Now you want to complain about clinching? That's part of fighting. But another thing that people don't really know, people say Devin don't got an inside fight game. Devin actually fights pretty damn good in the clinch, and he showed you in the second round. Now you know, right? But Devin actually has always fought pretty good in the. He's fought okay in the inside, but he's better once he get in the clinch and they get close like that. But I digress. Ref separates them. You don't want to stand the inside. You don't want to stand the inside and bang with a puncher, right? So you either separate or you engage. He engaged. I digress. Brian Norman still flicking his jab out there. Nothing's landing. Brian Norman faked the hook through a jab. It missed. Hit Dale's glove a little bit, right? Dale bouncing around. Dale, he's trying to now he's looking for his punch, right? You see Dale on his toes a little bit. Now Dale's looking for his punch. All right, moves, change the angles. Brian Norman is not doing nothing. Brian Norman's still trying to figure Devin out too, right? He feint another jab they missed by Brian Norman, right? Devin hasn't threw a punch yet, right? What Devin is doing, right? You know how they like to give Bud Crawford and Tank Davis credit for calculating. He's calculating data. They like to give everybody credit. They like to give everybody credit for calculating, but Devin is calculating data right now. That's what he's doing. Brian Norman. Brian Norman is trying to feel Devin, trying to find Devin, right? What Devin is doing is what Brian is putting a lot out there for Devin to read. And Devin is just read. Brian is trying to touch Devin because if I could touch him, then I could hurt him. Right? Devin is just making his reads right now. I digress. Both fighters making reads. Devin waiting for Norman to punch right now, right? Waiting to counter. Brian Norman threw two jabs, two more jabs that didn't find. Throw another jab. Now look at where Devin's spacing is, right? Devin is not way on the outside of the ring. Devin is in the center of the ring. Look at their spacing. Show me when Devin is running, right? Show me when he's running, right? They're in the center of the ring. Devin is actually the one in the center of the ring right now. Devin is in the center of the ring right now, right? The Brian Norman threw Brian Norman, right? Boom, here we go. Now I paused it a little late, but he's actually in the right spot, right? Brian Norman threw a jab. Devin ducked under. Devin initiated the clinch this time. Right now, I paused it the first time. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Sound check, sound check. 'Cause I want y'all to hear this. People don't be knowing what they be really looking at. I bet. So I paused it the first time Devin initiated the clinch, right? Because people say Devin hold too much. Devin holding, Devin blocking, Devin holding, Devin running, right? So the first time I paused it, Devin initiated the clinch, referee broke it up. Y'all heard me say that. Now this time, Devin dodged the jab by Brian Norman. He went under the jab. Brian Norman has been throwing jabs out there the whole time, right? Devin hadn't threw a punch yet up until this point that I'm about to show y'all, right? Devin hadn't threw a punch yet, but Brian Norman putting a lot of jabs out there, putting a lot of stuff for Devin to read out there. This time he threw it. Devin went under. He initiated the clinch. What did Devin do after he initiated the clinch this time? Well, he initiated the clinch, threw a right hook. As soon as he hit the clinch, Devin, boom, came over top with the right. That's a read right there. People tell you Devin's scared, Devin run, he's scared again. Devin initiated the clinch first time, boom, ref let him go. The second time he come in the clinch, boom, threw the right hook. He saw his defense 1/3 the first time. He think Devin chilling. Now, Devin is a very good inside fighter. He's actually a better clinch fighter than inside fighter because it's two different things, right? Clinch is on the inside, but they're still a different game. Dirty boxing and inside fighting. Inside is clean punching. You and the guy in there rumbling, boom, boom, boom. Y'all inside fighting, right? Clinch fighting is, y'all grappling, really. Y'all grappling, y'all holding. Boom, getting y'all punches out. Boom, little elbow, some elbows sometimes and shit like that. This clinch fight. Devin is actually really good at clinch fight. He initiated the clinch this time, threw the right hook over the top, landed clean. You can see it, right? Like you zoom in a little bit, like you can see it. Like I'll see the punch, right? Boom, you see the white glove. I don't know if you see Norman's face distorted, but you can see the Devin white glove. He landed that hook, threw the hook real quick. This time when he initiated the clinch, he said, "Yeah, I heard that shit yesterday. Dev was holding all night. Dev held one time, right? I just showed you Dev's first two clinches, right? We seen Dev clinch twice. The first time he clinched, ref broke him up. The second time he clinched, boom, right hook. Brian Norman pushing him down. The ref breaks him up. Digress. So Brian Norman threw a lot of punches so far this first round. Didn't land any of them. Devin Haney threw one punch. What happened? That one punch Devin Haney threw landed clean hook in the clinch, clean hook, pushed him back to the ropes, forced Brian Norman back to the ropes. Y'all don't hear me right now. Y'all don't feel me right now. People will try to tell you something. People try to tell you saw something that you know damn well wasn't there, right? Like what do people be looking at when they're watching some of these fights? You know what I mean? What are they really looking at? But I digress. Okay, they separate. They separate the Dev, landed the right clean hook, right? Boom. Brian Norman throwing jabs, missed again, right? Feint. Okay, look, he faked, right? Brian Norman threw a jab this time, right? Devin threw a hook. So now Devin is trying to counter his jabs with a hook. So Devin just threw a hook. That's Devin's second punch he throw, right? He tried to counter them. Devin threw a jab. Norman threw a jab. Devin jumped in. Threw a hook. Right? Check him out. Boom. Devin with the fake jab. Brian Norman with the fake hook. Devin's being defensive. Brian Norman threw a hook. Devin ducked under. This time Brian Norman tried to do what Devin did. He jumped in the clinch and then he threw a hook. Right? Heels hit him in the back of the head. And then Devin threw one kind of hit Norman in the back of the head, right? So they traded back of the head shot. Right? The third clinch. This is what's happening in these clinches. The first time nobody did nothing. The second time Devin swung off. The third time they both swung off in the clinch. Right? Neither fighter is really punching right now. Notice Brian Norman lands a body shot. Right? Maybe he landed two. He double flicked one. Right? But I know I saw one land. Right? So Devin Haney with the jab. Boom, there it is. Devin Haney landed his jab. Brian Norman came right back with his jab. So they just traded jab. Right? Devin Haney initiated. I'm sure Devin Haney initiated first. And then Norman countered him. Right? Devin went back to the ropes. But they'll tell you Devin didn't take no shots. Devin didn't show no chin. Devin went back to the ropes when Brian Norman hit him. He landed heels, then Norman landed heels. Boom. Right? Now they clinch fighting. They clinched up. They just clinched again. Both guys threw multiple punches in that clinch. So y'all tell me where Devin Haney is, holding too much. Or actually not initiating a fight when he's holding. Right? Brian Norman threw it. Clinching, Devin Haney threw another hook. Devin Haney threw three. Okay, so this is the fifth clinch, right? So the first clinch, nobody did nothing. Second clinch, Haney threw his hook. The third clinch, they both traded hook. The fourth clinch, they traded shots. The fifth clinch, Devin Haney is getting off in the clinch. Devin Haney landed 3 body shots and a hook. That's work. Missed, right? Devin Haney 1 shot. Devin Haney 3 shots to the body. Boom, boom, boom. In the inside. Clinch work. Devin Haney round 1. Brian Norman missed a lot. Landed not so much. You know what I mean? They had 5 clinches in the first round. Devin Haney threw more punches in each clinch. And people will tell you, that you saw something that you didn't see. That's round 1. And people tell you that Devin Haney ran in that first round. People tell you that Devin ran in. Oh, that first round was boring. He was certain. What were you watching? Devin Haney got off in the clinch in the first round. When Devin Haney initiated them, people like, he's holding, he's punching, body work, 2 shots to the body, 1 to the inside, head hooks, landing clean, flush shots. That's how it don't look like a lot in round 1, but over the course of the fight, that shit adds up. That's how your eyes close, right? That's how your cheeks fill up. That's how your nose get busted. Over the course of it, Norman didn't even land a punch. Norman landed 1 punch, maybe 2 in that first round. He landed like 1 in the clinch, and he landed that straight jab, right, when Devin went backwards. Devin landed at least 5 to 6 punches in that first round. At least. You know what I mean? Norman did a lot of jabbing, but not a lot of landing. When Devin Haney was more efficient with his shot, and he landed. Okay, so y'all see that Devin Haney is already getting the better of the clinch work. But in the inside, Devin Haney is the one landing the body shots, landing over the head hooks, right? Clean, landing them clean. Norman is throwing now, but not really landing clean. You can see this second round. So if you paid attention in the first round, Dev was getting off in the clinch. Started bouncing around, right. Devin fake, Norman fake. Norman threw another jab that didn't land. Norman threw 2 jabs that didn't land. Norman threw a combo that Devin caught, on his gloves. Right. Both fighters feigned. Brian Norman threw a big hook. Brian Norman threw a couple of jabs. One landed to the body, to the shoulder. We'll give him neck. Devin threw a jab that landed. Brian Norman, okay. That exchange, Brian Norman threw a left. Devin blocked it. Devin threw his right hook. Brian Norman came over the top with the right hook. Devin rolled with it. Devin landed his jab. When he jumped in. Brian Norman came with the left. Devin blocked the left, and he came in with the straight. Brian Norman came over the top. Devin rolled with it. It kind of hit like his back. Right? They separate. So Devin landed 1 punch in that exchange. Brian Norman landed 0. Devin landed a jab. Devin lands a quick jab. Devin circles, moving around. Brian Norman pumped 2 jabs, missed both. They clinch. They clinch again. What does Devin do? Let's go back. These people don't know what they're looking at, right? This is the 6th clinch. They clinch again. What does Devin do? Throw a right hook. They clinch again for the 6th time. This is we breaking down when they clinch. So people say Devin like to hold. So we breaking down when they hold. Devin is actually working when he's grabbing in the clinch. Okay, so this back to the Devin jab, right? So we back to the Devin jab, right? That's the Devin straight in between. Devin land another jab, right? So they're going to initiate the clinch on this far left rope. Devin is going hook, boom, right? Devin is throwing the hook, body shot. So the 6th clinch, Devin lands a hook, boom. Devin lands a body shot, boom. People, that was good. People telling you Devin is holding. Are you watching what this man is doing? This man is in here putting on the clinic. How you break a nigga down? Every time you clinch, he making it count somewhere over the top to the body. Boom. He's the one when they initiate, he's firing off. Accumulation, bro. Referee separation. Clinch work on 100 right now. They want Devin to stop clinching because he's clinched right now. Look, Brian Norman threw a couple shots, right? Those landed, but they didn't land hard. Those were kind of shots. He's just trying to touch them because he really can't hit them. Now Brian Norman is already already frustrated in the second round. I'm gonna play it back, right? At least this is what I'm seeing. My analysis, right? This is what I'm seeing. Brian Norman just threw a couple punches just to try to touch him, just to kind of see what it feel like to touch him, right? Just barely just flicked his arms out there. Look, just like just then arm punches. He not tired. He just like, damn, I can't even touch him right now. Look, he just kind of put one, just kind of put it out there. Devin grabs with clinch. He tried to throw the hook. Brian Norman blocked that hook. See, Brian Norman blocked that one. He like, right? They separate. Devin, the referee warned Devin about grabbing, right? So now the referee has warned Devin about grabbing because the referee can't even see this beautiful clinch work Devin got putting on right now, right? Referee like, hey, Devin, you grabbing a little too much. Soft warning. Really soft warning. Really soft warning, right? So another clinch, referee breaks him up, separate, back in the center of the ring. Brian Norman had the center of the ring now. Devin jumped in with a hook, right? They in the clinch. Brian Norman tried to swing in the clinch. Devin caught it, right? So Devin jumped in with a hook. It missed. Devin Haney jumped in with another hook right after the referee let him go. Devin jumped in with a hook. It missed. Right? The referee separated him. Devin Haney jumped in with another hook. Hit him clean. Hit him flush. If Devin Haney had any kind of power, Brian Norman would have been. Now this is where Tank is special, right? I'm gonna bring. This is where Tank is special because if Tank land that kind of punch, Tank does kill you, right? So both these guys, all these fighters are special in their own way, are elite in their own way. Tank has elite power. Devin Haney has elite defense, elite clinch work. You know what I mean? Tank has elite power, elite athleticism. You get what I'm saying? So now if Tank would have like catch you with this, what he called Brian, Tank actually sparred Brian Norman, by the way, too. You know, Devin hit him with a clean. Now he did rock Brian Norman because you see, this is where Brian Norman legs buckled a little bit. Everybody know this is the one. This is where Brian Norman legs buckled a little bit. Drew Titan, what's good, Drew? This is where Brian Norman legs buckled a little bit. But you see though, boom, Devin caught him clean with a hook. Right? Caught him clean with a hook. Boom, dropped him. And looked him dead in the face. Y'all remember, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna be petty for a second. I love Brian Norman, but I love he said against who though? We ain't gonna get into that, bro. We ain't gonna get into that. Drew Titan. Y'all remember Brian Norman said that Devin Haney couldn't knock him down? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Hold on for a second. Let me get my charge, y'all. Now we finna cook this morning. Now here you go. Right here. I ain't gotta go nowhere. My bad. But y'all remember? All right, so this is where the open up came. But Devin opened this up with that hook, y'all, out of the clinch. Devin threw a hook before the clinch that missed, right? He threw a hook before the clinch that missed, right? They inside. I went back a little too far. I'm finna play it for y'all. Though, but he threw. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, so this is. All right, look. So this is the clinch I was looking for. Right before this joint, Devin threw the hook. Devin made a read. Now, Brian Norman actually read the first one. He ducked under the first one. Devin threw the hook. Brian Norman ducked under it. Brian Norman was actually trying to punch. Okay, so Brian Norman was actually, when Devin threw the hook, Brian Norman was trying to shoe shine. So he moved with a punch. So I guess Dave saw that. So he didn't really react to Devin punch. He threw his own punch. All right. And then after the clinch, Dave came right back with the same hook. Dave came right back with the boom, opened them up. And that's where he opened Brian Norman up with their hook. But we know what happened after this, right? Boom. So I digress. We know what happened. Put him down, you know. That's when they'll put him down. That's when they'll put him down, right? So when did this fight time to be boring? And Conor being my guy, right? But I'm gonna get Conor being too. Conor being said that fight was boring. Y'all should have saw Conor being reaction when he knocked Brian Norman down. He couldn't believe. He looked at Eddie Hearn like, "Oh my god," you know what I mean? Like what? A lot of people thought Devin was gonna lose this fight last night. Don't turn y'all back on Brian Norman, but I digress. I'm just breaking down, the fight so we can see it, so y'all can see it through y'all own. Because people that tell you shit that happened that really didn't happen, bro. People will tell you shit that happened in the fight, bro, that really didn't happen. Like, at what point was this fight not entertaining? We got a knockdown in the second round. Now they said Devin Haney could have went for the kill, right? They said Devin could have went for the kill. Devin hit him again with a hook. 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 Don't that look like somebody going for the kill, bro? Referee warned him. Ain't nobody gonna talk about that. Why the referee stop? What did the referee look? Devin is still looking at Brian Norman. Devin is still looking at Norman. Why did the referee stop them, bro? Why? Why, bro? What did Devin do? Shit that they ain't gonna talk about. Why did the referee break them up, bro? Did they look like somebody that went for the kill? I'm gonna play it again. Devin don't got no killer instinct. What the? He dropped them, and then what happened? He went for the kill. The referee stopped that. Come on, y'all. What was that? Dropped them. Went for the kill. Hold on. Doing the show. Went for the kill. What was that? Where we at? They I let the air play. Let me see the way he did out there. All right. I'm trying to get these ads out the way, man. These ads, man. Let me get YouTube, man. YouTube. I watch them for a little second. I be trying to help the creator, right? They don't need my help. But he most definitely jumped on him though. On my tripping. When Dave heard him, he jumped on him. And then the ref separated. My thing is, why did the ref separate him? Like, why did the ref separate them? Like, why did the ref separate him? Why? They're still on. They're on hooks. There's somebody going for the kill, y'all. He hit him with another hook. Dave could have stopped him. He jab, 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 straight, nosebleed. He trying to what more do you want? Tank did say that. Tank said he did spar Brian Norman. But Tank said Brian Norman hit the hardest that he ever sparred. Jab. Bro, he tried. Like, he tried to stop him, bro. And then after that happened, right? After that happened, you realize I probably this nigga out. Right? After you drop him. You try to stop him twice after that. Now the ref might have saved him one time, right? Because the ref jumped in to separate him when some people feel like the ref maybe should have been jumping in to call stoppage because he almost stopped him, bro. He really did, bro. That second round, he almost stopped Brian Norman Jr. And people saying that Dev don't. He tried, bro. He still tried. You can't kill nobody that won't die. Everybody ain't gonna die. He a beast. He ain't gonna. Everybody ain't gonna die. Look at his face, bro. Look at his face. Look at his face. And y'all telling me Devin should have tried to knock. What the fuck you think he tried to do? What you think he tried to do? Look at his face. What you think he tried to do, bro? Where was this fight board? I digress. Man, Devin tried to stop him half that fucking round, bro. Half that round was Devin trying to stop him, dog. And y'all said, what? He caught the hook. Devin hit him down the pike with the right. I ain't gonna talk about the knockout too much. We all know it's gonna be circulating everywhere. Look at Conor Ben. Conor Ben can't believe it. Conor Ben can't believe it. Conor Ben couldn't believe that shit. The Conor try to act like he was asleep later on. All right, third round. Right. And we gonna get through it, man. We gonna get through it. Third round, we gonna get through it. Okay, nobody doing too much. So are y'all expecting Devin Haney to jump on his ass again right here, maybe? Right? Brian Norman throwing heat now in the third. So are y'all now expecting Devin Haney to go back and jump back in there fire? Right? Norman legs are back. Norman legs are back. Norman more aggressive this round. Trying to turn into a fight. Right? Now Brian Norman trying to turn into a fight. Now Dev is already up now. This is where people won't dare to throw away his lead right here. Right? This is where people won't dare to throw away his lead. Right? This is where people won't dare. This is where people won't dare to be like, all right, I'm a knockout puncher now. I'm finna jump in here. I'm finna jump in here and knock him out. Right? Now, Devin Haney don't gotta turn up a little bit more right now. Brian Norman gotta turn up a little bit more. Devin Haney just landed a right hook. Brian Norman is trying to put his foot on the gas a little more. All right. Devin Haney landed a right hook. He threw one punch in this round so far. But right now, Devin don't gotta turn up. Devin is, coming off an 8 round, right? Jab by Devin. The first half of the round, he didn't throw too much. Brian Norman didn't land too much. He threw a lot. Devin threw 2 punches so far, landed 2. Clinch work, Devin landed the hook. Brian Norman answered with a hook to the back of the head. Right? Devin Haney jab, move. Devin Haney counter hook. Brian Norman tried to get in there. Devin Haney threw a jab. Brian Norman threw a hook combination. Devin Haney evaded. Right hook landed. When Devin is throwing, Devin is landing. Brian Norman missed the jab. Devin dunked under, initiated the clinch. Devin Haney jab. Devin Haney double jab. Brian Norman landed jab to the chest. Brian Norman landed jab to the chest. Brian Norman landed jab to the chest again. Devin Haney with the hook, Brian Norman with another jab to the chest. Devin Haney landed jab to the face. Brian Norman jab to the chest. Stick to the body by Norman. Stick jab by Norman. Norman threw a 3-point combination. I think he got one in there. Right. So we give Brian Norman that round. Right. That's a Norman round. Round 3 was a Norman round. But Devin Haney is already up 3 points at this point, right? He won the first in my book. Devin Haney had to knock down 10-8. Norman won the third round. I feel like, right? He came out aggressive early. Devin Haney, threw his shots, landed some clean shots. Devin Haney probably landed the more cleaner shots, but I think Brian Norman landed enough shots, did enough, sticks, landed enough sticks to the body. He focused on the body that round. He landed like 5 or 6 good body sticks that round. Brian Norman, I gave Brian Norman that round, right? After the knockdown. You know what I mean? That was a Norman round for me. That was a Norman round for me, right? You know what I mean? But like, is that the round y'all wanted Devin Haney to knock him out? Right? Norman's never been knocked out before, been knocked down. Never been knocked out before. Right? So I don't know. So Brian Norman he's aggressive. He's aggressive in the third. He's aggressive in the fourth. Right? So he's there. They're in the clinch, they're initiating the clinch. Referee separates. Brian Norman threw another jab, miss. Devin is being defensively evasive. Devin Haney landed the stick jab. He countered Brian Norman jab. Norman jab, Devin jabbed with him. Devin lands a counter hook after Brian Norman jab. Norman lands it right straight. Like people, Norman lands it right straight. What happened in this, what Norman is doing now, see, Norman did make an adjustment, y'all. Norman did make an adjustment. The adjustment that Brian Norman made was he stopped loading up so much with his power. That's the adjustment that Norman made. He stopped loading up so much with his power. Now what he's doing is he's trying to land scoring shots. He's trying to land on Devin more, right? And it's helping him keep up with the numbers a little better, right? Devin is still outlanding him so far in this round, but Norman is being more fast, right, than power. He's focusing more on his speed and his power. And it actually is helping him, right? Now what he's trying to do, he's trying to outbox Devin Haney. Now, this is when the boxing match broke out. People didn't realize like their first 2 rounds it was a fight. Brian Norman was making it a fight, right? After he got dropped, he survived. And then the third round, he came out throwing more to the body with his stick instead of his power. The adjustment that he made in the third is I'm going to box him now instead of trying to just knock him out. Okay, I realized I'm not going to catch him with one power shot. I'm going to box him. This is when the boxing match broke out in the third and so on. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know what they're looking at, right? This, if you feel like this fight was boring, which it wasn't, it was action all the way through. It's because Devin made it that way, right? It's because Devin made it that way. Norman is boxing now. You know what I mean? But I digress. Clinch work. Clinch work. Did you see that clinch work? Now, Brian Norman initiated that clinch, right? People say Devin hold a lot. Brian Norman initiated that clinch. So I'm going to pause it right here for a second. Brian Norman initiated that clinch, right? But look who threw shots in the clinch. Look who initiated the fight in the clinch, right? So when Norman clinches, look who initiated the fight in the clinch. Norman jumps in, miss. Devin, body hook, Devin, body hook Devin, head hook Devin, body hook Devin. So Devin landed about 5 punches in that clinch exchange right there. Devin landed about 5 punches in that clinch, clean body shot in the head hook. and it's moving Brian Norman head every time he throw that hook over the top in the clinch. It's moving. It's moving Norman head. Norman trying to catch him, can't really catch him. Devin Haney hook, clinch work. Y'all ain't seeing that shit. Y'all don't know what y'all looking at right now, bro. Y'all don't know what y'all looking at right now. Do you see this man? Nigga, you talking about Devin B. Bro, are you watching what I'm watching? Look at this man body work. Well, Yoda like to say, go to the body. My boy Yoda should love Devin. When they get the clinching, man, do y'all see that? Devin, uppercut, a head hook, body hook. That's not the clinch. This look at when they Brian Norman initiate knees clinches too, by the way. Y'all see that? Brian Norman initiating these clinches right now. Norman is initiating the clinches right now, by the way. The last two clinches, Norman initiated. Devin jab, Brian Norman jab, they traded jab. Devin jab again. Brian Norman body jab. He touched him. He scoring. Brian Norman body jab. Devin jab. Brian Norman threw a jab miss. He can't find Devin right now. Norman threw a hook miss. Devin caught him with a jab, countered him. What's boring? Fourth round. What's boring about this fight? This is the fourth round. What's boring? What's boring about this fight? Brian Norman missed again. Devin another jab. Devin double jab. Brian Norman jumped in with a hook miss. Clinch. Ref broke it up. Quick clinch. Quick clinch. Brian Norman missed another jab. Devin ducked under it. Brian Norman threw a hook, missed it, hit Devin glove. Devin felt it a little bit because he touched his glove. That boy hit hard. You know when they hit hard when they hit your hand and it hurt. Now you had to hit your hand with the gloves and it hurt. My partner named Sean hit my hand some boxing gloves one time. Boy, my hand hurt hard. I knew not to let Sean hit me. Bro, like what? Like, do y'all see that? Like, whenever they in that clinch, bro, Devin, he's digging under. Boom, boom, coming over the top. Boom. He going boom, 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 shooting it. He's shooting the uppercut up there. Boom, boom. Man, I don't know what people be watching, bro. Boring, boring, boring. Nah, man. Nah, boring. Boring ain't the word. Boring ain't the word. Like, boring ain't the word. The master class on his ass, right? Is the word that I would use, bro. Like, he made Brian Norman Jr. look like that, bro. Most fighters ain't gonna have work like that. Most fighters' punch placement ain't as good as Devin's. Most fighters' defense ain't as good as Devin. Most fighters' head movement ain't as good as Devin, right? Devin is pretty athletic. Devin is pretty fast. The combination of these things is what made Brian Norman look like that, bro. Brian Norman faking, trying to let Brian Norman body shot, quick body shot. He can't even really hit him hard. People saying, like, hit him again with another body shot, right? Brian Norman can't even reach Devin's face. His head movement so good. And when he is able to hit him to the body, it's like a quick jab because Devin is so quick and hard to hit. He trying to get in where he fit in. You know what I mean? He just trying to land on him because he realized I can't fall too far back on these rounds, right? He realized I can't fall too far back on these rounds, right? You know what I mean? Right? Brian Norman with two body shots land to start the fifth. And then Devin Haney hit him with a right. Brian Norman another body jab, another scoring jab to the body. Brian Norman with a jab to the head. He caught Devin to the head. Right. Brian Norman faked the right. Devin reacted. Devin hit Norman with a hook. Nice hook, solid hook. Solid jab. Hit Norman with another solid jab. Norman threw a jab. Devin tried to come over top with a right. They both missed. Norman Devin Haney landed the jab as Norman came in. Norman tried to push Devin to the rope. Devin threw a short body shot up under that clinch. Right. Brian Norman initiated that clinch, by the way, too. Brian Norman is initiating some of these clinches. Brian Norman tried to catch Devin Haney with a hook with a sweeping hook. Got pretty close that time. Devin just tapped his glove because I know he felt that win right there. Devin felt that win. Devin tapped that glove. Devin Haney with the jab. Brian Norman answered with a jab of his own. Brian Norman stalking. Now, trying to stalk him, putting that pressure on him. Norman with the body jab. Devin's jab is beautiful right now. Man, I want to get it. Oh, Devin with the right straight over the top. Oh, damn. Norman with the body check. Devin with the head jab. Devin is able to land cleaner shots to the head. Brian Norman can only mostly land to the body. Brian Norman did his best work when he went to his, Devin's body because he really couldn't hit his head. A lot of times with the body work, it wasn't really power shots. It was just shots to kind of score, just to touch David like that. See that jab to the chest. You know what I mean? Do what they teach you though. If you can't hit a guy in the head, hit him in the chest. Swing at his chest. Norman head hook missed. Devin threw a double jab. Initiated the clinch. Devin tried to hook. Norman caught hook. Devin body shot in the clinch. He did that 12 was busting his ass up. Yeah, right down the middle of that jab. I wanted to get it around the Norman. Devin landed a nice little over the hand right. That 6th round was tough, right? So we got Devin. I got Devin in the first, Devin in the second with the knockdown. Brian Norman in the third. Devin, uh, Norman in the third and the fourth, right? Devin in the fifth. Devin in the sixth, man. I got to get Devin that round right there. That right straight was nasty, man. I got to get Devin that round right there, yeah. The jab, the straight hit him. He caught him with the clean, with the best punch in the round, yeah. I had Devin winning the fight, by the way. We just live scoring. I'm just breaking down what I'm seeing, right? What I'm seeing when I watch these fights, I'm looking for. And you can see even more after you watch it live. Then you go back a second time, you watch it again. I like to watch it the morning after. Yeah, I remember I used to do these. We'll have a fight. I come on the morning after. We'll watch it again, recap it. Right, I used to do this. All right, but Devin the first, Devin the second, Norman the third, uh, Devin the fourth, Devin the fifth. Man, I wanted to give Norman the fifth so bad, but then over the hand right. Nah, yeah. So I gave by Norman one round so far. See Devin. Where I'm trying to see is where Devin was running, where the fight was bull, where it wasn't the action because it's action at all times. Norman is swinging, Devin is evading, and Devin is countering. Devin's jab is beautiful. You know what I mean? Devin has a beautiful jab. That jab right down the middle. Yeah, that one too. Neither fighter throwing too much right now. Neither fighter doing too much. Both fighters in the middle of the ring. So Devin not giving up ground. He's in mid range right now. Norman swinging, Devin getting out the way, back to the center of the ring. Devin Haney landed straight. Norman threw a hook. Devin caught it with the glove. Norman landed jab to the face. Norman landed jab on Devin. Norman landed another jab on Devin. He threw it right, missed, came with the jab, with the jab behind it. A lighter jab though, scoring shot. Brian Norman with two nice body shots. Devin Haney with the little body hook in the clinch. Brian Norman ripped two nice body shots right there. Brian Norman threw a hook that missed. Devin Haney threw a jab that missed. He said you can't find the running with the scope. Yeah, I'm looking for the running. I'm looking for the boring. Right. I'm looking for the not entertaining. So I don't know what people be looking at, right? But they both landed double jab. Devin was a little cleaner. Devin was a little harder. Norman threw a shot, uh, missed it. Norman with the little body jab. Devin answered with a head jab. Devin with another jab to the head. Knocked Norman's head back a little bit. Norman missed his jab. Devin caught him with a quick uppercut. Not too hard, but caught him. Norman tried to counter with the right hook. Dev evaded. Dev with the jab after the Norman straight. Both fighters threw a jab and missed. Brian Norman threw a good hook, but Devin caught it with his glove. Devin with the jab down the middle. Devin with another jab down the middle. Devin with a shot to the body. Devin with the back of the head hook. Devin with the shot to the body after the back of the head hook. Devin round 6, man. I gave Devin that round. Devin had better work. What's good, DSS? Can you get in the whole film study? Yeah, man. I'm just showing people like what I'm seeing when I'm watching the fight, what I'm looking for. This is what be going through my mind, right? This is what be going through my mind. I don't necessarily be sitting. I be sitting here just looking at the screen when I'm talking to y'all. But this is stuff, and then you can really see, stuff the second time you watch it versus live because I saw all the work up top, right? I saw all the work up top. You know what I mean? The first time with Devin bouncing the head back with the movement, right? But now I can look more, at the body work. And I'm actually seeing that Brian Norman landed, more shots too, right? He did, but he was mostly to the body, right? So I kind of watched the top first. I saw the body work, right? You see the big ones, but now I'm focusing, like looking at the guy's body work. Norman landed some body jab. He landed a lot of jabs and stuff to the body, all right? Not too hard shots. Devin had some good, body work though. All right, footwork, defensive movements like that. People don't see Brian Norman threw two jabs, Devin evaded. See, I think what they call running, right, is when Norman miss, right? So when Norman, he jump in or he throw his punches, Devin move back or he move to the side. I think that's what people be saying running is, right? Not getting hit by punches when you jump in and you move back, you go to the side. When he changed angles, right? They give Lomachenko all the credit in the world for change. See, Devin changed angles right now. I guess he's running right now, right? You see him ducking. So I guess he's running right now because you see Norman is about to jab. He actually jumped in, looked out the way. He didn't change angle. He threw a hook. He threw a hook off the evade that time. Body work. They clinching. Devin Haney landed two hooks in the body. Look at the clinch work. Devin Haney jumped in, threw a hook. Look at the clinch work. Look at the clinch work. He landed this coming, missed the hook, boom. Inside the clinch. Look at the clinch work. Devin Haney right straight, body work, body hook, right straight. Left hook. Hit him with a right straight, jumped in, left hook, right straight on the way out. Devin 1-2 down the middle, right down the pipe. Boom, boom. This is the seventh round. This is the seventh round now, right? This is the seventh round. Devin Haney, beautiful 1-2 down the middle, beautiful clinch work right before this. High action, right? Then man, do you know why did they saying ain't no competition in 47? Because the other thing that they don't want to say is because he just beat the best guy at 40. He just beat the only guy that they really thought could beat him. That's really what they saying, okay? I want Dev to go up to 54 because ain't no competition at 47. That's because he just beat the best guy they thought was gonna beat him. Now they thinking ain't nobody go beat him, right? Tiger Johnson is on the way up, all right. I did, but now they thinking ain't nobody because they know Barrios can't beat him. They know Lewis Crocker can't beat him, right? They know Ryan can't beat him if he beat Mario Barrios. Who the other champ at 47? Rolly Romero. They know he gonna beat the dog shit out of Rolly. He gonna beat the dog shit out of Rolly. So they know ain't nobody there to beat him. That's really what they saying. That's what but they can't say that. So they gonna say ain't no competition there instead of just saying Devin gonna get undisputed. Devin probably is the best guy. Instead of saying Devin the best guy at 47, they go say, ain't no competition at 47. So when you hear that, just know that that's somebody admitting that Devin Haney is the best guy at 47. Because they was telling him to move up from 35, right? Move up to 40, move up to 40, now move 40, right? So we at this point they gonna say nobody is competition. Are y'all not realizing what they trying to do to Devin Haney's resume? They gonna keep telling you that nobody he fought nobody. That's what they gonna say. He didn't beat nobody. He didn't. They gonna keep saying it ain't no company. It ain't no. But they not gonna tell you the fact that the guy that they think the best won't fight him. Never did fight him. The guy they think the best won't fight anybody. Right. But that's what they gonna tell you. Like that's what they doing. They trying to belittle the competition everywhere he goes. Now they want to move to 54 because they think, oh yeah, those guys will be strong enough to knock him out. Those guys gonna be even slower. He gonna outbox them. He's 20 fucking 5, 26. His legs too fresh and too spry. He gonna outbox them too. But my thing is, now he need to be at 47. It's his best weight class. You know what I mean? That's really what they saying when they say ain't no competition there. They mean that Devin Haney the best fighter there. Devin Haney the best fighter there. That's what they're saying, right? But I want to see where this fight board. They win the 7th round, and Devin is stinking him right now in this 7th. He dropped him in the 2nd. It's been action all the way through. I'm trying to see where this fight wasn't entertaining it, right? What are you looking for? But I digress. Right after Devin landed this, Devin in the clinch work landed 3 shots, body shot, uh, uh, right straight to get in, left hook, right straight coming out, right? They separated. Devin came back. Boom, boom, 1-2 down the middle. 7th round, next sequence. Right hook by Devin Haney. Brian Norman moved with a little bit, caught it like on the back of the head a little bit, but moved his body. Devin Haney hooked Devin Haney jab down the middle. 12 o'clock jab, Devin Haney. 12 o'clock jab, Devin Haney. Right down the middle, 12 o'clock jab. Stay with me. 12 o'clock right down. 12 o'clock jab by Devin Haney. Stay with me now. He missed that jab. Brian Norman to hook on. Devin Haney clinch work, right hook to the body. They clinched. Devin Haney hook to the body. Devin Haney changed angles, moved around, changed Brian Norman's angle, missed both those hooks. Brian Norman threw a 1-2, trying to get in like Devin. Brian Norman missed the hook. Devin Haney Brian Norman missed the jab. Devin Haney landed the jab. Brian Norman landed the jab right after. Devin Haney 2 hooks in the clinch. Boom, right before the real broke it up. Devin Haney 2 hooks in the clinch. Devin Haney hook. Brian Norman landed a clean hook. All right, so let's answer this chin question right here, right? Now, it did take Brian Norman a long time to really land a clean hook, but guess what? Y'all want to know the beauty about Devin Haney? What was people saying about Devin Haney, right? He get caught by hooks. Right? Hooks. He didn't get caught by Ramirez until like the 8th, 9th round. He didn't get caught by a hook by Brian Norman Jr. until the 7th round. So Brian Norman Jr. actually caught him with a hook before the Olympian Jose Ramirez did, right? Me and D Free was sitting there watching that fight. We both said, man, Ramirez hit him with the first hook in the 8th round. I don't know where D Free at, right? But me and D Free was sitting there watching that fight. And we said, bro, Ramirez is the first hook where Ramirez hit him with. It took Brian Norman 7 rounds to hit him with. This might be the 8th. But he hit him with a clean hook. Devin took it. I ain't gonna say he ate it because you did you did see Devin Fro move right, his head move a little bit. That's a clean hook right there though, y'all. I'm finna try to catch it. Clean hook. Separation. Y'all see the fighter separate. Clean hook. He fainted at Devin. Devin bit on the fake too a little bit, right? So he set it up. Norman walked in. Norman fainted at him. Devin countered, right? Devin threw a jab. He hit Norman, right? Norman threw the one over the top. It missed. This is the clean hook, y'all, that he's about to catch him with. Y'all see Haney hands up. Y'all see Norman with the hook. Now tell me that's not a clean hook right there. Yeah, don't leave. Come back. It took a while, but we was gonna get DS. This way I'm doing the whole film study, DS. It took a while, but now I'll come back because we finna get through this before 2 hours. Y'all come on back. Don't go nowhere. Clean hook. 8th round. Clean hook. Y'all see this. Y'all see this. Clean hook. Clean. Devin hands is up. Brian Norman is inside of Devin Haney's hand. Devin hands is like this. Brian Norman is already inside of this arm. So that's a clean hook coming right through across here. Haney hands is up. Devin Haney is under the defense. Clean hook. Flush. 8th round. Or this 7th round. We're gonna see this 7th, 8th round. I feel like it's 7th round. We're gonna see though. But clean hook. Call him. And you can tell Brian felt a little bit. Brian threw a 2-punch combination after that, landed one to the body. Devin blocked the other. They're in the clinch. Clean hook. Devin took it. Devin landed right straight over the top. Norman came right back with a jab. You see Devin head snap back. Clean jab. Boom. Devin hit him with a right straight. Norman caught him with a jab. Boom. Devin went to the rope. Devin threw another hook in the inside. Boom. Caught Norman with a hook. Brian Norman. Brian Norman right straight down the middle. Brian Norman right straight down the middle. Right straight. And he leaned into it. Down the middle. He threw the body. Right. He threw the body. Devin jumped in with the right straight, hit him. Brian Norman hit him with a left. Brian Norman hit the ropes. Brian Norman right straight down the middle. Clean. It's coming. Clean. Devin bounced to the left. Devin finna bounce back to the right. Norman go hit him with the right. Devin about to bounce back to the right. Devin move to the right. You see Devin moving to the right. Right. You see Devin moving to the right. Brian Norman faked it. He stopped. He clean right down the middle. Devin hands is up. Norman off the back foot. See, people eyes might not be this good, right? People might probably don't got eyes like this, right? Or you can't stop it and start it live, right? So maybe you didn't see it, but Devin Head clearly bounced back though. Devin Head clearly bounced back though. So the same round, and we gonna make sure this is see if this is 7 or the 8, but the same round, Devin got hit with 2 clean shots later in the fight. A hook and a right straight down the middle, all power extension. Look at that boy hind leg, all power extension, right straight, right to the face. Boom. Do the uppercut after, missed the uppercut. Now, what didn't happen is Devin didn't get knocked out. That's what you wanted to happen. He didn't get knocked out. He took a clean hook though. Yeah, so chin at 147. Test it. Test it, my boy. Devin with another jab. Clinch. Devin threw Norman threw a big hook, missed. Brian Norman Jr. birthday. Happy birthday, Brian Norman. Happy birthday, Brian Norman. All right, man. I don't care. Let's get it. So
That was a Devin Haney round though. Yeah, that was the 7th round. Yeah, so in the 7th round, Devin Haney took 2 clean punches by Brian Norman. A hook and a right straight. Full extension in both of them. Ate him. Round 7. So we gave Devin first round, second round with the knockdown. Norman just landed a hook over the top. Devin caught it a little bit though, but Norman did land a hook over the top. Wasn't clean though. Wasn't clean. Brian Norman just punched Devin's arm. Devin put his arm, shook his arm like, damn. You know that boy strong. He hit Devin's hand. Devin shake his hand. He hit Devin's arm. Devin shake his arm. Brian Norman strong as hell. And y'all want Devin to go in there and just jump in on him. In the clinch, Devin body work, about 2, 3 body shots by Devin in the clinch. When Brian Norman is initiating these clinches too, by the way, y'all. It ain't just Devin initiating the clinches. Brian Norman initiate these clinches too. Right? Neither fighter doing too much. Brian Norman is throwing the jab out there, right? But it's not really landing. It's like he's trying to find his range or trying to bring a move up out of Devin, make him do something. Oh, again, Brian Norman caught him with another hook. Let's go back. For my people, that Devin didn't take no punches. Right? Hey, look. Hey, look. He took another hook, right? This is for my Devin don't got no chin people, right? We're in the 8th round. So the 7th round, he took a hook in the right full extension straight. In the 8th round, Devin just took another hook. Clean hook. Clean. I'm finna show you. Okay. Standing. Norman jumped in, he faked in a little bit, right? To get Devin to move to the left. Devin hot back. Devin moved to the right. Brian Norman threw a little jab, right? Devin caught it on the gloves. Yeah, now don't go nowhere. Come back. Come back. Come back for my Devin. Don't got no chance for my Devin. Didn't get his 10. Yes, he did get his 10. By the hardest puncher at 147. Hit Devin glove. Hook. All right, now he ain't hit him yet. Let's get it. Full extension. Devin throwing the glove up. Brian Norman caught him around. He went around the guard like they teach you. Right? Devin got his guard. How you supposed to have it on your chin right here. Right? Devin got it up here. It's a hole right here when you put it right there. Devin supposed to have it on the chin. Devin got it up high. He went around the guard. Another clean hook landed by Norman for my people. Devin didn't get his chin. Another clean hook. Right? He missed that one and he caught him with that left. Right? He missed that and he opened up with that second one real quick. Let me see if I can get it. He actually missed that one. Right, here we go. It's that quick left. He threw it. Not that one. They changed the angle. It's that inside hand, right? He threw that right over the top, but he caught him with that left hook. He whipped it. The camera angle changed. So there you go. Damn. He whipped it so quick. But y'all get the point. He caught him with that left though, clean. You can see Devin's head. 8th round in the corner. You can see Devin's head turn. He missed the overhand right, boom. Came with that quick left. Devin ate it. There you go. Boom. Caught it. Caught Devin with that inside left. Devin took it. Ate it. Duck under the right. Inside body shot by Devin. People will tell you, people see this, they act like they don't want to see this. He said Norman can't think boxing on the same level as Haney is the main thing. I took him for this fight. Hey, look, I only told one person who I had in this. I only told one person my side pick. I told him a side pick and the method, actually. I gave him a side pick and the method. And that was my boy. That's me. That was my boy. That's me. We in the 8th, though. Brian Norman landed a nice hook in the 8th. Brian Norman landed a jab. Brian Norman did some work in the 8th. You know what I mean? Judging this 8th round, looking at this 8th round, Brian Norman did some work in the 8th. Look at Turk over looking in his phone. Turk can't believe this shit. Turk can't believe this shit. Turk like, damn, I ain't gonna never be able to get this nigga knocked out. Jab down the middle by Devin Haney. Brian Norman tried to answer miss. Turk like, I ain't gonna never get this nigga knocked out. Jab down the middle by Devin Haney. Right hook by Devin Haney. After Norman missed. Norman landed jab. Devin answered with a jab. Devin landed jab. Devin landed jab. I think the right over the top kind of grazed him a little bit. Brian Norman, the king of the side, bro. I ain't want to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? Yeah, don't. All I'm saying is, bro, stick with Brian Norman. That dude, like 25 years old, man. He's still young, too. That's a young dude. He got a lot to learn, man. That's a young dude, bro. He's going to get back to a ship. He's going to be, this was a learning experience for him. This wasn't a learning experience for him, man. Pretty much, bro. Norman is making these, and I think the point is it has pretty much gotten across, right? Norman is winning. Norman is making these rounds competitive, right? But he's losing the majority of these rounds. Like even the rounds that you want to give him, Devin Haney is finishing strong in these rounds. He's starting the round strong, but he can't even really finish the round strong enough, to where you could be like, okay, yeah, that's a clear Norman round. Haney, he controlled that fight, but not because Norman can't fight, but because Devin Haney is just, you know, of a different ilk. And that's what people are going to be reluctant to say. That it's not that Norman wasn't good. It's that Devin Haney is good. He is that thing that you don't want to call him. He is an elite of his time right now. You could feel your opinion could be everybody he fought is garbage. Some people feel like everybody Canelo fought garbage. Some people feel like who everybody Bud fought was garbage. Some people feel like who everybody Oscar De La Hoya fought was garbage. Something, that's your opinion. But were those dudes champions? Were those dudes ranked at the highest sport, at the highest time in the same division? He's not bringing guys up from lower weight classes. He's moving up in weight classes, doing that to Regis. Moving up in weight classes. First full fight at 47, going there fighting the champion, doing that to Brian Norman. Now you want to say Regis sucked. Now you want to say Brian Norman sucked, right? It was a point in time where Regis was the best person at 140, considered, looked at, right? Now all these guys all of a sudden suck. You know what I mean? Jojo D is a two-weight division champ. Sorry to tell you. He's two-weight division champ. You know what I mean? Just like Tank, right? Sorry to tell you. You know what I mean? Lomachenko is shit. Lomachenko, right? Multiple division champ, right? So, you can feel how you want to feel is your opinion, but the facts remain the facts, bro. These are the guys at the top of the division, at the top of the weight class, right? Top of the division, top of the weight class. So Norman need to develop a Canelo lifestyle. He'll be okay. Here's some waist movement, take some angles. If you go be flat footed, yeah, bro, I know I'm gonna be all right, man. That's a young boy. That's a young dude, bro. But I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man. I just wanted to get in here, get into that fight breakdown, man. Give y'all my opinion on it, man. Stop letting these people tell you things that really, haven't been happening. Because you didn't see it, just say you didn't see it, right? Or you didn't want to see it. But it's there. It's there on film if you want to see it. It's there on film if you want to see it, if you can catch it. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Skin Highway 70. This ain't the play. Oh, yeah, my bad. My bad. I forgot. I ain't dropping no flame. Hold on. Let me go ahead and drop the flames for the game one time, man. I appreciate y'all folks sliding through this junk.